Hi, this is Shelina from Decluttr Me. Today I have a special guest again. We've got Simon Wigzell from Get It Sorted, and he's here today to talk about photo organising, which is something that a lot of followers and clients and listeners have been talking about and asking questions about. So I thought it would be a good opportunity to get Simon in. He founded Get It Sorted in 2013 and is based in East Grinstead in West Sussex, which is southeast of England, which is my side of the hood, even though I'm from Kent, which is it's sort of close, isn't it? How far away is it from?
Yeah,
I'm so clueless.
it's not too far at all.
Yeah. Well, you cover that area as well, so it can't be that far. So yeah, hi Simon, how are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
Oh, it's lovely to hear from you. So what were you doing before you became an organizer? That's why I always ask my guests when I first talk to them.
So I used to run events and do office management, a bit of PA work, things like that. And unluckily for me, I had a bit of a bump to the head when I was doing an event and was off for a month. I'm not one to sit around doing nothing. So I decided that what am I good at? And I thought, right, organising. And then I came up with the name, Let's Get It Sorted. I thought, right, done. Let's get just started the business from there. So.
Oh wow! Oh my god! So that's the best story I've heard so far about why somebody started as an organizer. That's brilliant. So you had the PA skills and everything. So what were you specializing in or what did you start doing when you became an organizer?
Yeah. So
did
when
you
I
get into
first
speciality?
started, yeah, I think when I first started, it was literally just helping people organise their space or clear garages and things like that. And one of my first jobs was a 200 square foot barn down in Dorset,
Oh,
which was yeah, might as well start big.
yeah. Did you have people helping you?
Yeah, it was me and a friend, and we were down there
Right.
for a week, and they paid for our accommodation. It was great.
Wow, that's amazing. That's
Yeah.
such a good
But yeah,
So,
so like I say, that's what I started off with, and then it just expanded from there on in, really. So
oh wow, okay. And then one of your specialities is photo organizing, and that's how I got to know you through the association that we belong to, APTO.
yeah.
So how did you get into that?
So I'm quite a keen photographer, and I was finding that when I was dealing with clients, we'd always come across photos. Everybody has photos,
Mm,
and nobody really wants to. People like the memories, but they don't want to have to store them. So
yep.
I thought, actually, if I could provide a digitalizing service, then we can actually get them organized and and do it that way. Because I'm very used to sorting out digital files, and I thought, oh,
Right.
perfect.
So did you do the course with the Photo Organizing Association,
I
or did you
haven't
just
yet.
learn?
No, that's on my radar.
Oh, because that's how I found out about it. We had them at one of the APTO conferences, and we had
Yeah,
the founder of it, and that's how I just went. Mine was blown that there's an actual association for this.
yeah.
So do you do most of the digital ones, or do you do the physical photos as well?
No, it is both. So we generally, with the physical ones, we will organise the physical ones and then sort them out into the folders that I can then upload them. Because otherwise, you're
Right.
going to have to do it twice. So we do the physical ones, get them into the years, get them into the events, and then
Yeah.
upload and provide lots and lots of photos on a tiny little memory stick.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. My parents have got their garage is full of a lot of things. It's a
Yeah,
whole other story. I didn't inherit this from them. But they have loads of photos. My dad is a keen photographer as well, so we have piles of photos, and I've been telling them how to organize it, but they won't listen. So I might get you to go to them because
yeah.
they never listen to the children. But what challenges do you face with clients when you're helping them with organizing their photos?
I think the biggest challenge is trying to get the client to remember the date. And I think having dealt with so many photos, let's say you've got a print and it says Kodak on the back, then it will tell
Yeah.
you, I kind of tell you, it can see what year it might have come from or what decade. And then I'll say,
Oh,
well, this could be the 80s, or it might be late 80s or early 90s. And then it might jog their memory. But obviously, that's the time consuming bit. And that's
right.
the challenge. That's the biggest challenge. But,
So do you sit with them and go through all these photos together, or do you do it by yourself? Like, how does it work?
so it all depends on the client. I mean, some clients will want to sit down and go through them all,
Right.
which I'll be honest is easier. Other clients they don't want the hassle. They just want to go, here you go, there's my photos. It's going to take you a while. I appreciate that, but go for it.
Mm.
So yeah, it all depends on the client really. But yeah.
Yeah. But how long does it take roughly? Like, I know it depends on how many they got, and some people have so many, but on a ballpark kind of thing, how long does it
So
take?
let's say on average, let's say I've got a middle-aged client who's got children who are in their late teens, and they've maybe inherited some photos from other family members. So something
Right.
like that, you're probably looking at somewhere between 30 and 40 hours to actually get everything properly done.
Yeah.
But like I say, that is getting it properly done as well. It's not just oh, there we go, we'll just sort them out, just stick them in a folder or something. So,
Yeah. Oh my God, that's crazy. And have
yeah.
you seen anything really cool? Like, have you seen photos with, say, celebs or the royal family or anything amazing like that? And you've gone, oh my God, that's really
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. So I had an elderly client who'd been to a few Queen's parties. So
Oh.
they've been to Buckingham Palace and they've been to the garden parties, and it's like, and I was like, you're allowed to take photos there, and they're like, well, as long as you know who, like, they know what you're taking photos of, you'll be fine. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh wow, oh my God. Oh, that would be so cool. I always wanted to go to one of those parties and have
Yeah,
the
me too.
yeah, we have to do something like special to get into it. Oh man, I want to meet the Queen. So and anybody else you've seen like other than royal family, have you seen like celebs or like anything weird?
So I've had a couple of celeb clients, and they've obviously got all their family photos. So that's all rolled into one as such, really. But
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had one client who collects Nazi memorabilia or like German thing. Yeah, and it's here in Dubai, so it was really bizarre.
yeah,
So
very
yeah,
nice.
yeah. So I saw Goebbels and Hitler and stuff. And I
Yeah,
remember it from history and seeing the photos there in front of you. You're like, this is
yeah.
so not real. This is weird. But anyway, yeah. So what tips and tricks can you give our listeners, if they're, they can't get hold of you, especially when they're in the Middle East, but to help them to start organizing their photos, especially, the paper ones, because people carry it around with them around the world.
Yeah.
And it's cumbersome. It's taking up valuable package, boxes when they move.
I think the first thing you got to do is go, right, it is going to take a while. So you need to kind of like clear some time, sit down
Right.
and focus on it. And the more family you can get involved, the better, because
Yeah.
again, it will take longer, but you'll get to reminisce. But lots of people will like put their penny's thought in and go, oh yeah, that's when this happened, and sometimes, or quite often, it will make the process quicker because
Yeah.
uh, one person will actually know the date and the other person will be scratching their head.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
so I think, like I say, you got to sit down and actually make the time for it, but then put them into years. Put them into years first, and then put them into an event, and then
Right.
yeah, it's some people have them in photo albums, some people just have them loose. If you can
Yeah.
try and put them into plastic sleeves and then label that year, even better. But this is your stopgap until you get.
And get everything digital. And
Yeah.
is it easy to get these sleeves now? I mean, I know it used to be easy to get them and put them into folders, but
Yeah.
is it possible now, or do you have to go like online to Amazon and places like that?
So in the UK, you can easily go to places like Ryman or W.H. Smith's,
Right.
um, And if you want to be more eco, then you can get paper ones. So they're more like folders rather than sleeves.
Okay.
And like I say, they work in exactly the same way, really. But the only downside is you won't be able to see through the folders. You won't be able to see the content as easily.
Right.
But yeah, I think, like I say, the key thing for me is just to try and make sure that you get them into those years, because it helps massively, like massively does.
And what about digital? So I find with clients, they'll show me their phones and I have heart attacks, you know, because they don't take one photo of their baby. They'll take 20 photos of the baby in the same pose and keep them all. And then I say, every day when you're sitting in front of TV, go through the photos of the day and just choose the best one and delete the rest. But obviously they don't do that. So how do you deal with organizing and dealing with this digital clutter that all of them are collecting?
So I have clients exactly the same. And well, I've got a 14-month-old baby, and I was starting to do the same. And I was like, no, come on, reel it back in, come on. But yeah, no, you're right. It's almost like a daily or maybe a weekly task. Just go through your photos and go, what do you want? What do you really want out of these? And but when you get onto the digital side of things, so when you actually upload them, that's when it's a lot easier to manage them. I try and encourage. So I've got an iPhone, so I upload everything to the iCloud. I then manage everything on my laptop, get everything into my folders, and like I say, for me, it's a weekly thing now. It'll literally take 10 minutes to do it if you keep on top of it. If you got it as a big task, that's when it's a little bit more. It's not quite so bite-sized, then, is it?
No, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I found that now my problem is that I used to save photos on a backup drive and title them and name them and date them. Now I don't do it as it's on the iCloud. So now I've started to do it every week. I sit there and write the title or what it is so you can find it on the search, because otherwise they're just blank photos, and iClouds are not picking up the faces properly either. So I'm finding.
Yeah. So you can use Google as well. Google's is better than iCloud.
Is it?
Yeah, and it does recognize people in a lot. It recognizes a lot more people out of your photos. But yeah, personally I like to do it myself. I turn that off because sometimes it's picking up some random person and calling them one of my best mates, and I was like, no, that's not right. So.
No, that's weird. So is there any other tips and tricks you can give people for the digital stuff, and like organizing it, once they've taken the photos?
Well, I think you've covered it as well, saying about make sure you actually delete the ones that you don't really want. We all have so many photos. Well, it's just so easy to take photos now. And if you do have 20 of pretty much the same, you don't need 20 of the same. Even if you get it down to 5, at least you're winning. If you can get it down to 5 from 20, you're definitely winning.
No, it's definitely
But like I say, I think that the biggest thing is just making sure you keep on top of it. And once you get into that routine of doing it, you won't need to think about it. You'll just get on and do it.
Yeah. And it's all about building the habit, which I think we do to try and get tell our clients all the time, don't we? So Simon, how can people get hold of you, especially in the UK? So for all our listeners.
Yeah, so you can go to my website, which is letsgetitsorted.co.uk, or you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. Again, it's under Let's Get It Sorted.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Simon. It's been so informative and helpful. Thank you so much for being on the podcast today and the episode.
Thank you for having me.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers.